You may look at me and conclude that life just isn't fair. You wouldn't get an argument from me on that. The thing is that I have this awesome chair that I get to sit in all day, and you people are relegated to, let's face it, some pretty boring chairs. I mean, they barely get you up off the floor. So I'm going to show you a few things about the iBot. So this is the iBot wheelchair. It is manufactured right in Manchester, New Hampshire by Mobius Mobility, and those folks are here today, and they brought that big staircase behind me. So one of the modes I'd like to show you is this four-wheel drive mode. So this is a real four-wheel drive mode. I mean, it goes on some rugged terrain. I can go on ice, and I can go on snow, and as you can see, I can go on sand and surf too. So that's a nice mode, but the kind of the holy grail of wheelchair performance is stair climbing. All right, so she's going to direct me back. How am I doing? Okay. How far?
1 foot.
1 foot?
Okay, that's good.
That's good. All right. So in the old days, when I still had better use of my hands, I could climb this staircase solo. But now, Kim is my assistant. And so I do assisted climbing. And it may look like Kim is doing a lot of work, like she's dragging me up the stairs,
Sorry.
but she isn't. The iBot is doing the work, and she's just guiding me. So now that I'm at the top, I'll come down. But, you know, it's one thing to go up the stairs, but going down is definitely a leap of faith because I can't see the stairs. And she hasn't let me down yet, so here we go. Awesome.
There you go. This way.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah. Beautiful.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there's another mode that nobody had thought of before for a wheelchair, I don't think. And it's a beautiful thing. Let me show you. It's called balance mode. And, you know, going through life at what I call butt level is not all that it's cracked up to be. And there are things about this wheelchair or about this mode that are kind of intangible, like, sure, I'm up high, and that's important, but there's also this kind of elegant movement. It's pretty smooth, right? Sometimes I feel like the world is a sheet of ice, and I'm just the only one with skates. So I was not born with a disability. In fact, for my first 35 years or so, things were good. Things were great in terms of marriage and family and career. Then some strange things started to happen. I was jogging on a treadmill in my basement, and I noticed that my left foot started going slap, 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 whereas my right foot would quietly go from heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe, like it's supposed to. So I mentioned to my doctor what was going on, and that set off like an 18-month diagnostic odyssey, resulting in the diagnosis of primary progressive multiple sclerosis. It's a particularly disabling form of MS. And 8 years after my diagnosis, I became a full-time wheelchair user. So today, I've got no use of my legs, and my left arm is pretty much shot. I've got just enough juice left in my right hand to operate this joystick and a couple of buttons. So, each time my disease progresses and I lose the ability to perform some task, it feels like a serious loss to me. In fact, my problem is that I'm an engineer. And I look at these situations as technical problems that still need to be solved. You know, I applied that to the iBot, and I've also applied it to a lot of things in my home. So let's take a look inside our house. Alexa, turn on living room light. Alexa, close shades. Alexa, unlock the back door.
What's your voice code for back door lock? Unlocking. Hang on. The back door lock is unlocked.
Open the back door. Okay, Bob, head up. Okay, Bob, stop. Okay, Bob, foot up. Okay, Bob, stop. Why do I call my bed Bob? That's a natural question. So we've got Bob's Discount Furniture to thank for that. It turns out when you make the robot, you get to name the robot. So when I found out that I couldn't feed myself anymore, I discovered this robotic dining assistant called Obi. And one of the things that happens is you have to control Obi by pushing these two black buttons, which I could do for a while, and then I couldn't. So I ended up designing a second robot that is voice activated to control the first robot out. Let's just show them. So now I'll do next bowl. So the two black switches are typical switches that would run to an Obi, and the two white cubes are Bluetooth receivers and automatic robotic button pushers that run off my phone. So I'll start one now to show you. Feed me. This is good soup, by the way.
Thank you.
And this next one is a robotic arm that's called the Jayco robotic arm, but I just call him Lefty. Does that shirt look familiar to anyone? I think I'll buy it.
Okay. All right. Let's go check out then.
Okay, today I am going to have my first self-administered sip of beer in about 4 years, maybe.
That's a commercial shot.
So my life is so much better for this technology, but the sad truth is that many people with disabilities just don't have access to these devices. And that's just got to change. So as part of that, I'm part of a group called 3i Housing of Maine, and we're building a 45-unit, completely accessible, affordable living complex in southern Maine in the next couple of years. And it's going to be full of the type of technology I've just showed you here. Boy, I just can't wait for that place to open. It's going to be wonderful. So this is a picture of my mother and me from 1970. She was 35 and I was 6. And she had just returned home from spending 9 months in the hospital because she had a spinal cord injury. And I want to say that she was inspirational, but really what she wanted to be, what was important to her was to be kind and useful and a good mom. And she was all those things, but she was definitely inspirational. Her Italian name was Vernice, and she called me Mitchy, which was cute for a 5-year-old. But when I was 40 or so, it was a little embarrassing, but such is a mother's prerogative, right? So in terms of assistive technology in 1970, there wasn't a lot, but they had some assistive devices. So friends had built things like, one friend built a cup holder for her wheelchair, and another friend built this long stick with a hook on the end of it for reaching things. And when Mom passed away in 2008, I was going through her things and I found this playing card holder. And I actually use it a lot today. And it's much more to me than just a assistive device. It's a connection to my mother, and it's very important to me. So if we zoom in on the card holder, you can see that a little 5-year-old boy personalized it just so everyone would know just who it belonged to. And now that I'm using it, I wonder if maybe I should put my name under hers. It would look something like this. Do we have to? All right. It's a mother's prerogative, after all. I just got one more thing I want to say. So I've showed you guys a lot of devices today and a lot of reasons why I'm able to live a contented life as a disabled person. But the biggest reason by far is this woman standing next to me. Thank you for everything you do.